All right, I'm in for the air signs. Aqua, Gemini, and Libra in that order. Here we go again. May resonate, may not. For those that it does, I hope it helps. Okay. So, first card. I got a, what do I have here? I have an overall numerology card and a fortune card at the end to kind of bump it up. So we'll see what comes out here. Aquarius. Your numerology card is 44, environment. It's interesting, very green, heart centered. And the sense they gave me right away, Seth, buddy, chill. Sorry, my boy's on the computer playing games with the headphones, so everything gets blasted. 44, the environment, talks about you know, again, the green, the lime green, softer energy from the heart is what I'm getting. And also needing to look in their environment for ways to appreciate this is what they said. So we may be either out of a relationship or, you know, in a combustible one, but needing to look in our environment in other places to soften our heart is really what I'm getting. That's what I'm getting. Okay, first chakra card. For Aquarius, Ace of Cups, what would you look at that? There's the heart. Rising above all else, right? This is the thing, they're trying to get the Aquarius back into their heart. We may have had some things come down here. Situations in the heart-centered way. They're trying to get you to open that back up again. We may have been crushed or heartbroken. I don't get a strong sense of that, so I feel like we've healed somewhat from that, but the sense here again, I think this was repeating from another reading I did a while back, is we cannot shut our heart off and get love in return. So they're making you aware of that energy again. There's soft healing here. There's more healing work to be done in the heart center is what I'm getting in ourself, but be free to offer it forward is what they're saying. Ace of Cups, okay? So prompting the Aquarians to lead with their heart. Next card. This is kind of, everybody should be doing this. Seven of Swords, yeah, there's the trickery. We had some trickery in our heart, and they're going, we do not want to go outward in this. We do not want to trick others, deceive others in the same way, is what they said. So in order, we want to be truly of heart. Don't pretend. We've got heart to give when we still need healing yet to do. So there may be people wanting to go outward and capture a love and bring it in when, yeah, there's a long line of stuff here. Okay, here's the deal. We may have been through some trickery in the heart department over the last while. No, we need to heal from that in order to go out and attract a new love, no matter. So don't go outward in trickery, because some people are going to be going, are spurred to be going outward and trick other people the way they've been tricked, and they're like, this is not the learning that we're supposed to do here. We're supposed to learn how to use our heart more wisely in that way. So some might be on that path, right, of doing that to others because they've had it done to them. No, no, no. So they're saying no, no, no. Three of Coins, yeah, community. This is the easiest way, in a friendship kind of way, to offer things outward, joy and whatnot. Oh, man, the glare is heavy. Because we get yellow, right? That's sunshine, that's joy, that's vibrancy, that's a feeling awakened in a happy sense. Not necessarily in the love direction. But if we can open ourselves up joyfully, then the love can come in more naturally. Okay, so we're getting to the grounded cards here on the Ace of Cups. We have the Emperor. The Aquarius reading does not go far from that Emperor. That is someone who is in charge, likes to take control, likes everything scheduled out in their day. This is really what I'm getting from this card. Now, I feel like that's the Aquarius here. The energy is coming out in them in a way that I want my heart to be dealt with this, and this way, right? So a controlling energy of saying, well, if you don't give it to me this way, then this is what I'm getting, okay? So just bear with me. Now on the Seven of Swords, again, I feel like there was heartbreak, but I feel quite a distance from it. But again, not completely healed. We may be quite distant from the heartbreak, but not completely healed enough to go forward. Or again, trying not to go forward in a deceptive kind of way. We get the Queen of Wands. Yeah, look at her go. And this card always says to me, be careful where you put your fingers because you're going to get burnt. Some of these Aquarians are going to go in a direction where they're just going to get burnt. They're just going there. They're either going to be trying to trick someone or get involved in trickery that's going to burn their fingers. They're going to get hurt again. And they're going, well, we need to heal this completely. And once it's healed completely, we do not enter these modes. So it's not healed completely is what they're giving me. But they're going, I want to over control that. I don't want to heal. I want to do this, that, and the other. And I'm going to control. I'm getting a very controlling energy. I'm going to control things. And sometimes that's just not the way that it works. So be aware for some of these Aquarians, they're going to be jumping into fires here and getting burnt. They're being tricked on a level. And I think they know this to a certain degree. But there's something that they want that they think they can gain here. And it may not be worth, but we'll see. It'll be worth a lesson, that's for sure. Three of Coins. That's about community and it kind of spreading our knowledge and energy outward. I feel like this is like working with like-minded people. People that are joyful. People that are on our level. What do we get to expand on that? We get the Ace of Wands. And again, look at that spark going. Passion. That's what they're after. They're getting... some of the Aquarians may be tempted to go into a direction here simply for passion and nothing else. Because they want it a certain way. They're seeing the warning signals but not listening. This may happen. We'll want to go in a new direction here. Be careful of where we came from. Make sure we heal before we go in that new direction. And try not to use the tactics we've had used on us, on others, right? This is what I'm getting. So on top of that controlling energy, there's something here, and I'm not too sure if it's the Aquarius or something outside of the Aquarius is really trying to control and keep things contained exactly the way they want. And it has to do with the passion that's getting fired up. Either somebody's trying to get someone's passion fired up so that they overrule their instinct, or we are doing this in a certain area. Okay, so on top of that Emperor, we get 14 Temperance. Yeah, watch how you control. If you are trying to control others, beware of that. It's not going to go very well. We need to diffuse that energy quite highly. Needs to change the way that we look at love and the control, because there's a sense here I'm getting like just a real hard ass energy from an Aquarius, that they want their partners to be a certain way, and to a high degree they're just not going to get this in anyone. So that really has to be tempered. That has to be controlled so that they become more rational with what they want to get outside of that. They need to see that clearly for themselves. They don't realize that they're irrational. What they are asking of a partner is irrational. They don't see that. So that needs to be illuminated in some way, shape, or form. I feel like we're going to get flags here. Right? We're going to get our fingers burnt because of this behavior. Somebody is going to get their fingers burnt. Or a near miss, right? Somebody's going to go, oh, that's hot. Whoa, take your fingers off. And just barely save you from a situation where, we're kind of not seeing it coming. So on top of that, Wands energy, again, don't get burnt. Watch what you're putting your hand in the fire there. What are you doing? Right? Be aware of what you're doing. Ace of Swords, yeah. Ideas of how to deal and whatnot. Again, watching the controlling energy. I feel like just someone here is just trying to control something that is out of control. Beyond fixing here is what I'm getting. So we need to just release from it. Like that ribbon, they're showing me the ribbon. Just fall to the ground. Just let her go. Because we cannot control how things go to that degree. We need to look at things on a more, like a more rational level. Now on this passion, which I feel is what's fueling the Aquarian or the person outside of them, depending where you sit there. Something is fueling them. It's passion. Trying to get what they want in a passion area, and everything else kind of not being paid attention to. So on top of that, we get the Ten of Pentacles. Now that talks about money and family and kind of having the security of a family and whatnot. So that may be another thing that is driving us. We're looking for secure family. We're passionate about that and going forward in that. And it just may be the direction that we're looking for. But the overpowering energy here of having all that control stuff is just not lining up with that, is what I get. It's going to cause problems here. There's some truths that are going to be found out in this way of getting our fingers burnt. We're going to find some truths there. We need to follow that. We need to keep going in the direction that is going to be illuminated here. I think there's an instinct that's being denied. Why? Because we passionately want to go in a direction because we think it's going to gain us stability and whatnot. And they're going, that's a fine, you can go there. But don't disregard the red flags. We're trying to inform you of what's going on, but this is a learning lesson phase, is what I feel. These Aquarians are running headlong into a lesson here, and I think this one's going to scrape a bit. The knees, they're showing me knees getting scraped, needing to be mended. It's not a big car crash, but it's like we're going to scrape our knees here because, again, not listening to instinct here, not listening to red flags in partnerships, whatever way that may be. We're looking for new directions, new passion, and stability. And I feel like there's a disconnect between this card, our passion, and our stability. Ten of Pentacles is being financially, family-wise, secure, a home and family and all of that, like the picket fence and the whole bit. I feel like that's the Ten of Pentacles, but we're just on our passion. We haven't gotten through the levels to gain this. So I feel like there's a lot missing here that we need to figure out what goes in between. I hope this is translating well, but anyway. Okay, so as we go deeper here, the psychic card, we get 15, temptation, and isn't that what it's all about? This is a temptation. Aquarius come across a temptation here where they can go on the wrong side of things, or listen, again, red flags is red in this card. There's red flags going off for not listening. Why? Because our passion is overruling our logic here, and sometimes that can trip us up quite highly. So there's a truth that wants to come forward because we're getting our fingers burnt because we're going to be playing too high in our passion, and it's not balanced with our intellect and our logic and our instinct. I feel like the instinct is what they're checking off, that we're just losing. And on top of that, we get, loyalty. So it may come down to loyalties here. We may get our fingers burnt in the loyalty department. So we may be disloyal to someone. Because again, I was getting an intermingling. Like some people have had this done to them, and they feel they got to go outward and do it to others in order to heal. That's not how you heal. You heal by secluding yourself and dealing with the emotional side of it. And then when you feel like you've purged that, then you will feel more whole to go outward. Again, or someone who would just not be looking at loyalty flags here, and they'll just go in and it'll be a disloyalty is what I feel. Why? Because the temptation is there. That's the devil card, really. And somebody is tempted out of a relationship here, and that's what's going to happen. So on the 10, and this is more the ideology of what we're putting upon this partner. We may be putting too much upon this partner, trying to control a partner to do what we want to do, and it's just not in them to do it. It's not, they're not of the frequency that you want from this. So we have to give it up, right? We have to realize this. From the ace to the 10, we have to realize this. There's a lot in between that's missing. So, oh yeah, look at, nailed it. So the sense here is that we're barking up the wrong tree. We may get a how you say, a relationship here that comes down to a disloyalty. and then it ends. So this may come over the week, or may be something you're dealing with through this week, or something, you know, that erupted last week and now you're dealing with the aftermath. So there's a sense here of a disloyalty in one way or another. Either you're receiving a disloyalty from a partner, or you will be doing this to someone else. So be aware of that. It's not groovy energy, but whatever. Now, the fortune card, birth, ooh. Universal energy brings an opportunity and possibility. Now, this is literally, we got babies here. There's a baby there, birth. So be careful, people, if you're fraternizing with situations where we're intermingling physically, because there can be some surprises here coming out of this, in whichever way. And be careful, because the potential here is not high for longevity. So that can create problems when we have children coming into the mix. So beware, males as well. I'm getting a high sense here. Beware that you may have a birth coming. So beware of the fingers you're pointing in what direction, right? Because there may be some heavy responsibility here that we're not prepared to take on. So be aware of that, okay? Well, because I'm basically getting a birth of a child that there's no relationship there to support it, is what I'm getting. So again, we started with 44. The energy of environment. Take your environment into high account. I think for these Aquarians, they really have to notice, you know, and don't, I feel, again, removing of the heart. We're removing our heart just to jump into things, and then what do you know, and then we create a baby because of this. It's going to be harsh. We don't want to do this. We want to take things seriously. If you can't take it seriously, take it away. We need to deal with more long-term commitments here, because it's going to be long-term no matter if you are prepared for it or you're jumping into it or not, right? This is what we have to think is long-term. So there's something weird here with a temptation that's going to be a long-term, at least 18 years or more commitment. So beware of that when you're going out and taste testing. So 44, the environment. Again, I feel like we need to focus on people outside of us from a heart-centered way to help us heal in a more pure way. I think some people will just be looking in their environment as a predator. And because of this, we may have situations come about that we're not prepared for. So, ooh, it's heavy duty energy for the Aquarians, man. Okay, next. Gemini. First card. These are heavy. And I don't get a lot of feedback, but this energy's coming in strong, I'm telling you. Okay, Gemini, here we go. First card. Where are we? 56, relationship change. I shuffled that thing. I shuffled because I came up for, I don't know, it came up for somebody else. I can't remember offhand. But anyway, okay. So these Geminis are in the midst of a relationship change. I'm going to leave it at that. I feel like discussion here. They're going a need to. We're not discussing. So these Geminis are in a mode where there's a change that needs to happen. Maybe we need more communication here in order to figure things out. Okay. First card, chakra card for Gemini. Six of Cups. Six of Cups is about nostalgia. Thinking about things in our past. They're going look at more closely at that card. Yeah, she's got a sultry, kind of seductive look to her. So are we thinking about something in the past that was sultry and seductive? A person in the past, or our relationship was more sultry, seductive in the past? What's going on here? Seeking this is what they said. May not be getting it from our present relationship. All that we need, not nourished, is what I'm getting. Undernourished from a partner. Okay, this is what I'm getting. Next card. So we're either thinking about a time when we had what we wanted from our partner, or a time when we had it from someone else, which is kind of fatal in a relationship here, but nonetheless. The next card is the Hierophant. He can speak to marriage. Now, this is interesting because it's very high separation between these two is what they're making me notice. There's, man, that glare is nasty. If I do this, yeah, that kind of helps a bit. Because that man is looking at the woman, he's quite distant from her. And I don't feel a sense of heavy passion or anything. He's just kind of neutral. Now the Hierophant can signify marriage, or spirituality in some kind of way, a higher power over a couple. Just give me a minute here. Now again, that eye up there is really symbolizing that someone's keeping watch here. And the sense I'm getting is that we have a something's not right, like something's not balanced is what I'm getting. But the couple, they don't want to admit that. But from above, they're seeing there's something's wrong here. We need to deal with this. So maybe high denial of issues and whatnot in the relationship. It might be that. Okay, next card. 9 of Wands. Let's see if I can tilt that forward so I don't glare. 9 of Wands. Okay, give me a minute here. Yeah, this one's been through a lot, right? So we're going back to the relationship here. Just give me a minute. I get a sense of bewildered, like not knowing what to do. Not necessarily denial as much as I don't know what the hell to do here. I've put all I can and I can't do no more. So what am I supposed to do? So a sense of bewilderment really is what I'm feeling. Now I feel like now they're making me feel that man kind of like not engaging. So the sense is not engaging emotionally or on a level where we're making progress, right? Just kind of disengaging. It's there. It's going to be there. I'm not worried. This is what I'm getting. And the woman is kind of confused and bewildered because it's like she can't engage the male. He's out and he's up in his head, or maybe not even. He's just disconnected emotionally from anything. So there's a sense here that we've been through a lot, and it may be, you know, arguments and struggles and whatnot, that if the man is removed, there's probably a reason for this, right? There's always a reason that people are in the modes that they're in. So he may be removed because he's felt like he's tried all he can do, and she's now bewildered because she feels like there's nothing left to do, so they don't know what to do. This is really the sense I'm getting with this. And they're showing me that fire and going, there's fire there, but we don't know what to do with it. Okay? This is the sense I'm getting. The man is really stuck in the past, is what they're saying. They're pulling his energy this way, and the past was good or was better. And what happened, what changed, and he may not understand that, and he's not even in a mode where he's going to figure it out. I got better things to do, but he knows now that it can't be fixed, is what I'm getting here. It can't be fixed. And the woman is kind of just stunned as well. Not able, like it's like they don't have the tools, but we'll see here as we go further. On top of the 6 of Cups, again, that's the nostalgia, and I felt highly from the masculine here, that he was looking back on the relationship going, this is so good, everything was good, but he's disconnected from that emotion at this point. We have the 8 of Swords. Yeah, look at this. This is about being worn out, worn right out. Something in the relationship here took all that we had. We got no more for it. We cannot no longer fight for the relationship is really what I'm getting here. And it may be due to work, overcompensating at work, because our personal life is not great and grand, but we don't know how to deal with it, so we're not gaining headway there. We're just focusing in a different direction, which sometimes can be a good distraction. But here I just feel no energy for the masculine to kick in. Okay, so the Hierophant on top of that, and again the energy of the couple here, it could be a marriage, and again it may be traditional or non-traditional, meaning traditional with rings and papers, or non-traditional in the way that we live together. We got family and we've been together for quite a long time. It's like we're married, but there may be no rings or papers. Either one of those can fit. So on top of that, we have the Moon energy. Yeah, so again, and they're giving me denial as the card here. We are in denial that there's anything. No, we know there's something wrong. Nobody wants to deal with it. We're just sitting We're just two people sitting in a room like kids, you know, at kindergarten. They wronged each other, but neither one wants to apologize, so they sit them in the corner until they realize this is what I feel. This is what I'm feeling. It's like two people sitting in a corner and they're just nobody gonna say nothing. So on top of the Nine of Wands, which is, there's been, this relationship has gone through a lot of turmoil here. The Wands is fire, about action. So there's been a lot of activity, kind of beaten down, right? And again, I get highly from the masculine. He's beaten quite down to a degree, just does not have anything left to give, especially in the direction of this partner. So that's too bad. Again, this is weekly energy, but nonetheless, Nine of Wands. So on top of that, we get the Knave of Wands. Now, give me a moment here to tap. Isn't it interesting that how similar these are? No, they're the same deck. Yeah, redhead. It must be the same girl. Anyway, sense here is I feel a little bit of a sense of fear from this woman. This is the fire element, so we're dealing with how we go outward towards others. I feel like somebody here, and it may be the Gemini, is really frozen in fear. I do not feel it's a masculine. So if you're Gemini masculine, I'm picking up on a feminine masculine here that is just in fear. And they're kind of frozen in fear. There's so much going on. There's such a whirlwind going on. They just don't know where to start, how to start, what to do. Even if they did, even if they sat and analyzed it, they're going, they still wouldn't figure it out. They're just frozen in fear. And that's really what it is. Maybe that's why they're showing me the fire, because it's like we need to unfreeze and we need to get our brain working. We've been on hold here, is the sense I'm getting from this feminine Gemini. We've been on hold here. We got to start taking action. And I don't get a lot of movement in this way. And they're going, we know what we need to do. We just need to do it. So there we go. Okay. So on top of this Eight of Swords, again, I felt was very highly a Gemini masculine being wiped right out physically. So we may be, you know, like running away from the relationship, going into work and working, you know, like volunteering to work overtime because we don't want to go home and deal with the partner. On top of that, we get the Six of Cups. Well, look at this energy going back and forth. Six of Cups, work. Six of Cups, thinking about the past, going back to when things were great. What was great about it? What, you know, and I feel like the Gemini masculine is doing that. They're trying to understand, what did I lose here? They're living in the past, and that's what's getting them through this time. They're going, yeah, that's more it. They're living in the past, trying to pull that energy into the present, but it's not working in the present. So we're really living in our past, not dealing with our present for the masculine energy. Now, the Moon card is, you know, kind of between, they said heaven and hell. So I don't know, that may be a sense of what you're going through. But between daylight and sunlight was what I was trying to say. But they're up in the ante there with the heavy energy of, you know, so it's another one with tension in the room when we're together, and it's not a lot of connecting going on. Nonetheless, there's things that are just not coming to the surface for either partner. Even if they were to sit in a room together, they just wouldn't know what to say or what to do or how or nothing. So it's a sense of being lost within this relationship, really, both partners. Okay, so on top of the Moon, to clarify, we have the Knight of Pentacles. Now, the Knight of Pentacles is about someone wanting to bring forth loyalty, honesty, integrity, good things. He's got powerful work. What's the word? Work potential. He's got great work potential. He tries to strive for security for you know, family and relationship. He tries to strive for that. A great sense of that being what's saving this person, masculine Gemini is what I'm feeling, bringing him day after day is this security, the fact that he knows he can bring security and whatnot. That is helping him get through his days. Now on this person here, I'm flipping now to a feminine Gemini who is frozen. What do we have on that? Is Two of Wands. Yeah, because again, a decision that needs to be made. We know we don't want to make it, so therefore we will not get anything deserving on the other end. We're just going to get more of what we've got. In fact, it can get worse, so beware of that. And when I say masculine and feminine, I don't mean partnerships here. I mean a masculine Gemini and a feminine Gemini, because they're splitting that energy. It's a little different, the energy. The masculine here is, I feel like there's a lot of energy for problem solving here, but for some reason the Gemini is blocked from solving through the partner. The partner is not wanting to bring it up, so they're not bringing it up, so it's not getting dealt with, this kind of thing. For the female, the Gemini, I'm feeling like they're just frozen in fear in their relationship. They're not dealing with nothing. But yet I feel like the Gemini female really does know that they need to get out, but they're not going to make that decision. They're going to wait until somebody makes that decision for them, or it comes to a degree where we're doing things that where we're going to get booted out of a relationship rather than deal with making the decision to do so. That's what I get. So anyway, okay, the psychic card as we move further. Again, not great, but again, a lot of relationships need to be in flux so we can get into the ones that are supposed to be true to us, right? Deception and envy, that is not a good card here. That goes over that energy of the 6 nostalgia, right? We're thinking about our past and we're fed up. And there's jealousy and envy here. So I don't know, somewhere this is pertinent. I can't put a finger on it, but I feel like it's everywhere. I feel like both partners, there's a bit of jealousy, deception, or envy, and because of this, it's just all swirling. So I feel like it's in the mix here. Now, on top of the moon, again, things that are hidden, and I feel like it's hidden because we're not really talking about it. We really don't know what to do or how to deal or anything. How to make it better is really what I get. But yet there's somebody in the midst here that wants to bring about stability financially. I feel that they feel secure in their finances. They got a good hold of it, and that's their strength. On top of that, I get the waiting man. Now, 28, this is interesting. Because he's looking towards the deception, the negative, really. A negative card, green with envy. So who are we envious of, and why are we waiting on that person and not moving? Like, there's a lot of levels here. Just give me a minute. Break it down. Okay. So I have to break it down with the masculine. The masculine here is jealous of someone else, maybe jealous outside of the relationship. They may be in a relationship that is not satisfying, and they're jealous of other people that are having satisfying relationships, or envy those. I feel more for the masculine, it's envy, like, why can't I get that back? And it may be just looking at our past. In this relationship, at our past, why can't I get that back? What's going on here? They're envious of their past, but it's not in the present, and they're kind of avoiding the present is really what I get for the masculine Gemini. Now, for the feminine, give me a minute. I feel like that's one in wait. I feel like the feminine Gemini needs to get out of the relationship she's in because there's someone waiting to come in to get her. And it's a better prospect, but as long as we stay here, we will not get it. In fact, we may miss it altogether. Be aware of this. And this person may be aware of the crappy relationship that you're in, and may be jealous of that, but they can't do anything. They're good enough in moral virtue. They're not going to start something, right? So they're waiting for you to make that decision. So that may be something that illuminated to the Gemini they're not aware of. I don't get that feeling that they're aware that there's anybody in the wings here. But there absolutely is someone that's waiting to pounce as soon as you get out of there. So interesting. And then on top of that, we get the peace card. Yeah, inner peace. I feel very much for the feminine here. Feminine Gemini. She needs to gain her inner peace, and there's only one way to do it, they said. So she just needs to be in charge of that. She needs to take control of that for herself, because nobody outside of her is going to come on a white horse and take her away. It's not the way it works. She has to take herself out, and then the white knight can come riding by, and you go, hey, buddy, I'm single. Right? This is how it works. Not, he didn't come running in and swoop you out of a bad situation. You have to get out of it yourself. So this is kind of what's going on. Oh, the fortune card. What is it? Plain, a journey is indicated either physically or metaphorically, and your life will become more full. Now, I feel like the masculine Gemini, the male Geminis, they're flying. They are anywhere but here, right? They are ungrounded. They are taking that metaphorical journey. And it may be, again, for some it may be physical, but I mean, not a lot of planes are going to a lot of places nowadays. But nonetheless, I feel more metaphorically for the Gemini male. For the Gemini female, same thing. I think she's checked out mentally. And that's the thing, is we both have to get grounded with what our reality is and deal with it. I feel like the masculine has more of a potential to solve things, but again, we're feeling helpless, like we don't have the tools, and we may not. We may have to search and struggle for that. I feel like there's more of a potential, though, if we turn to the partner to make something. Where the feminine, I feel like it's kind of a lost cause, like you're supposed to get out. That's what I feel. So again, you're going to see that coming. So a journey, so for the feminine, it might be a physical journey and needing to leave and take a vacation and feel what it's like the Leo's energy. Feel what it's like to be alone and do things on your own, and it's relieving. And that's the thing, because I feel like the female Gemini is just frozen. They're just frozen. They're not tapping in. They're not in reality. They're not ungrounded, all of it. So we need to get back to reality, deal with our reality, and push ourselves forward to a better energy. Because there's a dude here waiting on a chair with a rose, so go in that. They don't know that's even there. That's the problem. They don't know that they deserve better. So that might be a self-esteem issue they have to deal with on both ends, masculine and feminine. Yeah, so, wow, heavy duty. Peace is what we're looking for, we're searching for, but we got to deal with our reality in order to gain it. That's what I'm getting. Again, that's Gemini, man. Whew, heavy. And again, relationship change. So there's something here. We either have to level up or level out. Right? Level it out, go to a different one. I feel for the feminines, we just got to leave. It is not productive, and we know this. To a certain degree, we know this. I don't know why we're staying. There's really no reason to stay. Well, there may be for the Gemini. So, and then for the masculine, I feel like it's a sense of feeling unequipped to deal with the relationship. So they either have to tune back in and communicate, because I feel like that is lost. There's no communication, honest, grounded. And once they do that, you know, maybe things can, but they're not showing me a path here. So it's really up in the air, suspended for the masculine, but it's his choice here. Dealer's choice. So, yeah, relationship change. Okay, so that's for the Gemini. For the Libra, last but not least, the overall numerology card is 87 synchronicities. Well, this is fun. Again, a hint of compassion is coming through, and also insight. We may be playing with universal energies here. We may be experimenting on a spiritual level. I get a very fun, playful energy. So we may be illuminated. Some of these Libras are going to be illuminated to their instinct. They're seeing synchronicities. They're getting in the play. They're starting to follow, right? Follow the M&M trail and see where it leads you. So this is really good and exciting. Yeah, 501 is 6. So I feel, yeah, it's very youthful, very pleasant, very innocent, but at the same time, curious. I'm going to go see where this leads me. And so, and I'll tell you, if this is someone coming across their spiritual trail here, where they're getting connected, as I call, this is really just it's a fun time. So I'm hoping that this is where the Libra is here. First card on the chakra, 10 of Cups. Look at this. Wah. So, if we have synchronicities, we may be having the universe trying to hook us up, is what I'm getting. They're trying to lead us down that road. The funny thing is, I feel like the Libra is kind of, I don't know if they're in on this. I don't think they're in on this. I feel like the universe trying to set them up, but they're just kind of out of the loop. Give me a moment here. Okay, the next card, Knight of Coins. Look at them go. Okay, this is a Knight of Coins. So Earth energy, Taurus, Aries, or Virgo. He is coming headlong. Now, again, universally driven. Now, look how he's going straight into, he's not facing the family. So the sense they're giving me is he is not wanting to start a family, but he's going headlong in his dreams of achieving his kingdom, and he's doing quite well in that. But he's going to run headlong into this family situation where he's going to want to start a family where it wasn't part of the plan just yet. Not like he wouldn't have, or maybe, you know, whatever. So, yeah, this dude's coming in, and he's going to trip up on a 10 of cups is what's happening. Okay, next. Oh, this is good energy. Okay, eight of wands. Look at him go. Okay, again, communication, action. So if we get the knight of coins, which is, I mean, his horse is moving, but usually it's to do with career. We are going forward in our career, and whatever brings us forward in that way. We go quite slowly, so we take in our surroundings quite well. We're very well informed. We make sure we are in order to go forward. We can't take another step unless it's pre-planned. This is the kind of dude we're dealing with here. And the 8 of wands, right? That's about travel. So this guy may travel for work. This is how he makes his money. He has to meet with people and, you know, gather resources and whatnot. And yeah, there's communication. Yeah. So I feel like this guy is, above all else, a good communicator as well. I'm going into the character here. But again, he's going to fall into something. Like, he's going to fall into a love here that he's going to want long term. He's just not going to see it coming. Okay, on top. So we go one further here. 10 of cups on top of that energy. We get the 6 of wands. Now, this is 6 of wands is about striving to achieve your goals, right? And that's how he's going to come across everything that he's ever didn't know that he wanted, right? In a love way, like, because yeah, they're just showing me that guy falling headlong, man. He is up to here in love, and you're just not seeing it coming, and it may be through work that you meet. 6 of wands is about overcoming obstacles to achieve your goals. So this guy may be headlong, working on his finances, his career, coming to a paramount, meaning almost achieving exactly what he wanted to in his life here so far. The Knight of Coins, this is his energy. He's almost at the top there. He's got a few more steps to go, and he's good. So energetically, right, that's the perfect match for a love to come walking in, right? So here we go. On top of the Knight of Coins, right, as he's dribbling along his way there, he's gonna go down the business success road. Oh, we have 13 in death. Okay, this is interesting. We may be transitioning out of a relationship, is the sense I get, or out of a house, or both, right? We may be putting a house up for sale because we've ended a relationship here, or even in a business sense. I'm getting this transfers to business as well. We may be jumping locations where we need to move. Okay, we may be in a situation where we have to relocate for work, period. That's it. Yeah, it may come down to a move here. But again, don't rule out the relationship. I thought we were dealing with a single dude, but he's a knight, so he can be either. We'll move on. On this 8 of wands, right? This can be about a lot of communication, travel as well. Again, yeah, there's a lot of room for error here. Okay, 3 of wands. Look at this. Okay, this is about information that comes forth to us kind of out of the blue. Again, a lot of stuff coming out of the blue. One, I feel like everything he's ever wanted is going to show up for him, and he's not going to be really prepared, even though he truly is very close to being prepared, because he's really at the top of his rung of what he wants. Now, I'm getting a sense of a single dude here, like a single guy. So I don't know. That may need to sell a house here. I don't know. Okay. Now, 3 Wands, that's fire. That's that message that comes in and it changes things. And this could be a promotion that takes us, uproots us to another city. And this is, right, where we come across somebody or a potential for something in our future that, again, we're not, we know eventually we're going to get married and have kids and settle down, but we're just not in that mode at the moment. But there's something here that can bring that forth a lot quicker than we were prepared for, is what I'm getting. So again, that's, I feel like this is his energy. Like, we're on Libra here, but this is the energy of the person striving to get what they want and complete what they want in their own life. So I feel, again, a single energy of guy that's doing this, and he is very close to gaining everything he wants except that partner. Okay? On top of that, we get the Ten of Cups. Look at this shit. And that's everything and a partner, right? But we don't have a character here for the partner, which is interesting, other than happy home life, that he's going to come with children and everything. So he may have children from a past marriage. She may have children, and they may create a family that way. Or he may be single and just doing his thing, and he's just going to come into, this love. It's here, man. So on the death, right? So he might be the end of a home situation, a transition of home, and that's really what I get. And why is it so fueled by that? Is because of this card is about movement, travel. So when we have like selling home, traveling, right, makes sense. There's news of this though. It's like he's going to be informed. Oh, we got to shut down this office, so can you move to there to go run that office? Yeah, no problem. It's like nothing holding me down, really, is the sense I get. Oh, on top of the death card, we have the Six of Wands. That's about leaving. Yeah, that's about moving, transitioning. You know, look at the sticks is kind of funneling. It looks like a river to me at this point. And we're going to travel down. We're going to just like, you know, the pussy willow is coming down. We're just going to keep moving. So there is a sense here of a dude that is getting a masculine. It could be feminine, depending. That is ready to move. Why? Because we've been relocated work-wise, business-wise. We can relocate, and either that option is given to us or we just take it, or we're forced to take it. But I don't feel like we're in resistance of it. We're ready to go, and that's it. It's time to go, and that's it. So on the 3, and this is the news coming forth in order, this life-changing decision, really. We have the Page of Pentacles again. Boy, there's a lot of repeat cards here. Still get a soft energy, a childlike energy here. It's interesting with these cards. I don't use these very often. I'm like, they're like, pull them out. I'm like, okay. So we may have children in our life, but I don't feel that anyone's connected emotionally to this man. I'm getting a masculine. Libra, I don't feel we're connected in a heart-centered way to a partner here. We may have people in our midst, like baby mamas and daddies and whatnot, but we're not connected to them in a heart-centered kind of way. But we have children around us, no less. May be hard to break the news to them. Okay, so we may be actually relocating to areas that are taking us away from children, but I feel like the children are old enough to understand. And there's ways, you know, like we're learning now, there's ways to keep in touch, video, da-da-da. But I feel like this guy really can, you know, jump on a plane and go back. And I mean, it's not even a problem. I don't know if it's short distance or if we just have a lot of money to bridge that gap. But nonetheless, it's just not even going to be a problem. They're going to make it a priority. So they don't see, the adult here does not see this as a damaging fact. In fact, they feel like the job and where they're going is going to do them better, be more convenient in some kind of way. So it may be on the other end, it may be someone moving closer to the children, I don't know, or further away, whatever, you know, whatever the scenario here. Interesting. You know, and they're making me look at this synchronicity card that we started with for the energy, and they're going, this is all wrapped up in that. Like this new job and the messages are really wrapped up in the universe giving him signals to go. and that's why it's so easy. We're going to follow this. You know what? I've been getting signs all week about planes and travel. It's time to go. Da da da. Like they're going to kind of, Libra's going to kind of be a little illogical here, but in a good way, because they're still following their instincts, so it's all right. They're still following where they need to go. So the psychic card, what do you know? Your heart chakra. Boom. This guy or girl is really going to be tuned into their heart. It's wide open is what they said. So that if you've been away from a relationship, we've been away long enough, we've healed from it. We don't have no bitterness, no resentment. We're wide open. This is what I'm getting. Look at the 10 of Cups sitting there. We're all ready to go. And, you know, the next relationship we jump into is the one. You know, I probably shouldn't be saying that to people, but they're going to go about it their own way. But that's what they're saying. The next one is the one. And guess what? We're wide open, right? So, this is good stuff. Next card, Lenormand, 6-0. Well, there's clouds in the way here. So, usually the clouds signify the troubles ahead, right? Not everything. We're in a darkness may come here. We may have some things that are creating sadness, and it may be to do with the children and that kind of a situation here. Some kind of obstacles coming through, okay? And the Infinity card, repair. Okay, so maybe there is some healing here that needs to be done in the heart center. But I feel like, because I was getting free and clear, but they're going, that's when they meet that person, they're going to want to jump in wholeheartedly. Because they'll feel a connection, right, to this person. Because it's the 10 of Cups, it's everything they ever wanted outside of them. It's going to hit them. But the thing is, we may have to deal with some damage here from other things, right, in the heart center. Some repairing that still needs to happen. So it's not so free and clear like I figured. But what they're saying is that free and clear is how they're going to want to jump in, but the obstacles are going to come when they realize that there's some repairing that needs to be done they didn't know, right? Because they're really not carrying it with them. And that can happen, right? I've had this many times. You're kind of flowing with your life, you know, you've let go what you think you'll intellectually let go, but your heart's still attached. There's still heart matters there. You haven't purged, right? You haven't cried through. This is kind of what I'm getting here. There's stuff here he's intellectually dealt with, but on an emotional level, when we get in the new relationship, we're going to realize it's going to create some obstacles. So those are going to have to be repaired through the relationship. Once this is done, then the greater capacity of the 10 of Cups comes shining through. There's a capacity here for greatness, but again, needing to fix. And they're going, and this is not lost on the partner. The new partner coming in, or the one that, you know, gets unveiled. I feel like there's a huge drive from the Libra male. I'm getting a masculine to go in this direction wholeheartedly. And it's going to be mirrored, how you say, problems, issues, going to be mirrored in a partner. So they're going to kind of help each other through it, is really what I'm getting. Because it's a vibrational match, right? And boom, then you get stuck to this person, and what do you know, you're dealing, oh, I dealt with an ex like that. Oh, you da-da-da-da. And then they slowly dig themselves out, and this is what I'm seeing here. If they're openly, open enough, and I feel a very trusting heart of wanting to trust this, like past life stuff. So they're going to feel naturally gravitating to communicating more openly than they may have with anybody. And that brings them to a degree where they can get over these obstacles. It's not going to be all sunshine and roses, but there's some repairing that needs to be done. But once you do, you got 2 10 of Cups here. You can do no wrong. So this is good. And again, following synchronicities, if he gets into this mode and he does it in a work area, he'd be more apt to do it in a heart area. And this is going to open up for them as well. Fortune card, Lovers, what do you know? There are 2 paths ahead. Be true to yourself. So that may be the storm cloud as well. There may be some options here for this Libra. You know, we have two ways to go, so be careful. Use your heart, and you need to really repair what you have there. Ooh, yeah, there's 2 paths. Be true to yourself. So where is your heart sing more loudly or whatever, sing more beautifully, which one with, right? So we may have some Libras in a choice of lovers here. But again, synchronicity is going to be there to help you figure it out. So, wow. That's a bit of a trip. Like, this is for the week, so I don't know. A lot of this energy can hit you a few weeks down the road, so beware of that. It's a pretty groovy note to end on. So synchronicities and lovers abound, and a sense that we may have a job that's bringing us to a new community where we come across a new love, really, is what I'm getting. And we may have something lingering from the past. I don't know what the deal is there. But that is the Aquarius, Gemini, Libra. So I will be in to do the Earth last. They were the lowest on the list for hits. So they will come in on the end here. So take care, have oh my lord. Take care, have fun, be kind, and I'll talk to you in a bit.